Hello and welcome back to Talk English Now. I'm Sarah, and today we're going to spend time practicing real conversations together. We're going to use sentences that you can use every single day. Sentences that help you feel more confident when you talk to people in English. You and I will speak slowly, repeat often, and enjoy the rhythm of English as we practice. Remember, this is your time to relax, focus, and speak with me. Let's begin with a simple greeting. Imagine you meet a friend in the morning. You smile and say, "Good morning, how are you today?" Try it slowly with me. "Good morning, how are you today?" Feel your voice warm and friendly as you speak. Now imagine your friend replies, "I'm fine, thank you. How about you?" Say it with me. "I'm fine, thank you. How about you?" This simple exchange is the start of many conversations. The way you say it matters as much as the words. Keep your tone gentle and inviting. Now let's add another greeting. You see someone you know in the afternoon. You can say, "Hello, it's nice to see you." Repeat with me. "Hello, it's nice to see you." They might reply, "Nice to see you too." Try it. "Nice to see you too." These are short sentences, but they build the bridge for a friendly talk. Sometimes you meet someone new. You can say, "Hi, my name is Sarah. What's your name?" Repeat slowly. "Hi, my name is Sarah. What's your name?" The other person might say, "My name is Alex." You reply, "Nice to meet you, Alex." Practice that. "Nice to meet you, Alex." In this kind of introduction, a smile in your voice helps the listener feel welcome. Let's imagine you are in a small shop. The shopkeeper says, "Hello, how can I help you today?" Repeat that slowly. "Hello, how can I help you today?" You can answer, "Yes, I'm looking for a bottle of water, please." Say it with me. "Yes, I'm looking for a bottle of water, please." Or if you're just looking, you can say, "No, thank you. I'm just looking." Try it now. "No, thank you. I'm just looking." Now we'll move to a cafe scene. The waiter says, "Good morning. What would you like to drink?" Repeat after me. "Good morning. What would you like to drink?" You can answer, "I'd like a cup of tea, please." Or, "Can I have a coffee, please?" Let's repeat both. "I'd like a cup of tea, please." "Can I have a coffee, please?" When you practice these sentences, imagine yourself there, smelling the coffee, hearing the soft sound of voices around you. This makes your practice stronger. One of the best ways to get faster in English is to practice answering quickly without long pauses. I'll ask a question, and you answer right away. Ready? What's your name? Good. Where are you from? Nice. What do you do? Excellent. Even simple answers train your brain to respond without translating. Let's try a little role play together. I'll be the shop assistant, and you be the customer. I say, "Hello, welcome to our store. How can I help you?" You answer, "Good." Then I say, "We have many options. Do you prefer something sweet or something salty?" You answer, "That's it." This kind of quick back and forth is what makes conversation flow naturally. Sometimes you meet someone for the first time in your neighborhood. You can say, "Hi, my name is Sarah. I just moved in next door." Repeat slowly. "Hi, my name is Sarah. I just moved in next door." Your neighbor might say, "Oh, welcome. It's nice to meet you." Try that. "Oh, welcome. It's nice to meet you." And you reply, "Thank you. It's nice to meet you too." Polite phrases like please, thank you, and nice to meet you make conversations warmer. Using them often helps you sound friendly and respectful. Let's practice asking for the time at a bus stop. You say, "Excuse me, do you know what time it is?" Repeat slowly. "Excuse me, do you know what time it is?" The person might say, "Yes, it's 8:15. You reply, "Thank you very much." Small conversations like this may only take a few seconds, but they build your speaking confidence every day. Now, let's work on adding small details to make your answers sound more interesting. If someone asks, "How was your weekend?" you could say, "It was good." But a longer answer is better. For example, "It was good. I spent time with my family, and we had a nice lunch together." Repeat that with me slowly. "It was good. I spent time with my family, and we had a nice lunch together." Here's another. "What did you do yesterday?" Short answer, "I studied English." Longer answer, "I studied English for an hour, and then I went for a walk in the park." Repeat both. First short, then longer. Notice how the longer one paints a picture in the listener's mind. This makes your English more engaging. Asking questions is also important in conversation. You can say, "How's your day going?" Repeat, "How's your day going?" Or, "What have you been up to today?" Try it. "What have you been up to today?" These questions show that you are interested in the other person. If you are in a supermarket and can't find something, you can say, "Excuse me, could you tell me where the milk is?" Repeat slowly. "Excuse me, could you tell me where the milk is?" Or, "Excuse me, can you help me find the bread?" Try that one now. It's a good idea to practice both roles. First, be the person asking, then be the person answering. I'll ask, "Excuse me, could you tell me where the milk is?" As the helper, say, "Yes, it's in aisle 3, next to the cheese." Then, as the customer, say, "Thank you very much." Let's imagine meeting a friend after a long time. You say, "Hey, it's so good to see you again." Repeat slowly, "Hey, it's so good to see you again." They reply, "Yes, it's been such a long time. How have you been?" Try that. "Yes, it's been such a long time. How have you been?" Then you answer, "I've been doing well, just busy with work and studying English." Let's do a listening and responding exercise. I say, "I'm going to the market." You can reply, "Oh, what are you going to buy?" Next, I say, "I watched a movie last night." You reply, "Really? What movie did you watch?" These quick responses keep the conversation moving and make it feel natural. Now, let's try a few common conversation starters. "Hi, how are you today?" Repeat, "Hello, it's nice to see you." And, "Hey, how's everything going?" Use them often to begin friendly talks with people you know or new people you meet. Imagine you are at work or in a class and meet someone new. You can say, "Hi, I don't think we've met before. My name is Sarah." Repeat, "Hi, I don't think we've met before. My name is Sarah." They might say, "Nice to meet you. I'm James." You reply, "Nice to meet you too, James." Friendly comments like, "That's nice," or "That sounds interesting," help keep the conversation comfortable. If someone asks, "Do you like music?" you can answer, then add, "That's great," or "That's nice." Try saying both now. In many conversations, you will need to agree or show you understand. If someone says, "It's really hot today," you can reply, Yes, it is. I hope it cools down soon. Repeat. Or, I know it's so warm. I'm drinking a lot of water. These are small but important ways to stay engaged. If someone says something you don't agree with, you can still be polite. For example, I think mornings are the best time to work. You can say, I see what you mean, but I prefer working in the evening. Repeat. This way, you share your opinion kindly without sounding rude. Let's finish this first part with a short speed practice. I'll ask you quick questions and you answer right away. Do you like coffee? Where do you usually shop? What's your favorite season? Remember, quick answers help you think in English without translating. Good. You're doing well. In the next part, we'll build on these conversations and move into more real-life situations you can use every day. Let's imagine you are in a clothing store. The shop assistant comes over and says, "Can I help you find something?" Repeat with me slowly. Can I help you find something? You can answer, "Yes, I'm looking for a blue shirt." Say it now. Yes, I'm looking for a blue shirt. Or, if you don't need help, you can say, "No, thank you. I'm just looking." Try it. "No, thank you. I'm just looking." Both answers are polite, and both will make you sound friendly. Now, let's move to a cafe conversation. You walk up to the counter and the barista says, "Hi, what can I get for you today?" Repeat that slowly. "Hi, what can I get for you today?" You can reply, "I'd like a latte, please," or "Can I have a green tea, please?" Practice both with me. "I'd like a latte, please." "Can I have a green tea, please?" Then the barista might ask, "Would you like anything to eat?" You can say, "Yes, I'll have a muffin," or "No, thank you." These short sentences are perfect for shadowing because they match exactly how you'll use English in real life. Sometimes the same sentence can be used in many different situations. Take the phrase, "Could you please help me?" In a supermarket, you might say, Could you please help me find the rice?" At a train station, "Could you please help me find platform 3? In a library, "Could you please help me find this book?" Repeat each one slowly with me, and as you speak, imagine yourself in that exact place. This will make the words stick in your memory. Politeness can also make your requests softer. If you want someone to pass you something at the table, you can say, "Could you please pass me the salt?" Repeat. Or if you need someone to assist with something heavy, you can say, "Could you give me a hand with this box?" Try it now. The more you use please and could you, the smoother and friendlier your English will sound. Let's try a hotel role play. I'm the receptionist. I say, "Good evening. Welcome to our hotel. Do you have a reservation?" You answer, "Good." Then I say, "Can I have your passport, please?" You answer, and finally I say, "Your room is ready. Enjoy your stay." You reply politely. Short role plays like this help you practice listening, understanding, and answering all in one go. Sometimes you will be the one offering help. You can say, "Would you like me to carry that for you?" Or, "Do you need any help with your bags?" Repeat both with me. Offering help can start a conversation and build trust with the person you are speaking to. When someone offers to help you, you can accept or politely decline. If you accept, say, "Yes, please, that would be great." Repeat. If you decline, say, "No, thank you, I'm okay." Try it. These small exchanges happen all the time in real life. Now let's work on giving directions. Imagine someone stops you on the street and says, "Excuse me, how do I get to the bus station?" You can answer, "Go straight, then turn left at the traffic lights." Repeat that. Or you can say, "It's about a 5-minute walk from here, just follow this road." Try it slowly. After giving directions, you can add something friendly like, "I hope you have a nice day," or "Good luck and enjoy your trip." These extras make your English warmer. Here's a quick listening and reply challenge. I say, "I'm going to the park this afternoon." You can respond, "That sounds nice. Are you going with anyone?" Next, "I'm learning to cook Italian food." You could reply, "Really? That's interesting. What dishes have you made?" This practice teaches you to respond with interest, which keeps conversations alive. Sometimes your friend might say, "I had such a busy day." You can respond, "Oh, what happened?" This shows you care. Repeat it. "Oh, what happened?" Remember, your tone matters. Keep it soft and genuine. Reactions are also important when someone shares news with you. If a friend says, "I just got a new job," you can say, "Wow, congratulations." Repeat. Or, "That's wonderful news." If someone says, "I'm feeling a little tired today," you could reply, "I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you get some rest." These short, warm reactions make conversations more human. Let's play a quick reaction game. I say something, you respond naturally. "I passed my driving test." "It's raining again today." "I'm going on vacation next week." This kind of quick exercise will train your brain to produce a natural English response without overthinking. Describing things around you is another useful skill. If you forget a word, you can still explain it. For example, if you forget the word umbrella, you can say, "It's the thing you use when it rains to keep you dry." This helps the listener understand, even without the exact word. Try describing something in your room right now. Keep it simple, but clear. Let's practice describing. The room is small, with a big window and a wooden table in the middle. Repeat. Or, the park is full of green trees, colorful flowers, and people walking their dogs. Try that. Adding a few details makes your English richer and more engaging. This works for experiences too. If someone asks, "How was the concert?" you can say, "It was amazing. The music was loud, the crowd was excited, and the lights were beautiful." Repeat slowly. Notice how small details help the listener imagine the scene. Travel conversations can be very useful. Imagine you're in a taxi. You say, "Please take me to the airport." Repeat. Or, "Could you drop me off at the city center?" Try it now. You might also need to ask, "How much is the fare, please?" Practice that. "How much is the fare, please?" Now let's order food at a restaurant. The waiter says, "Are you ready to order?" You reply, "Yes, I'll have the chicken salad, please." Then they ask, "Would you like something to drink?" You say, "Yes, a glass of water, please." And when the food arrives, you say, "Thank you very much." Politeness and clarity are your best tools in these situations. Before we move on, here's your friendly reminder. If you're enjoying this lesson, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel for more daily English practice. Your support helps us keep making these lessons for you every day. Let's continue with speaking rhythm practice. Repeat these sentences with a natural flow. "Could you please help me with this?" "I'm looking for a quiet place to study." "That's a great idea." "I really enjoyed our conversation." Speaking in rhythm will help you sound more fluent and more pleasant to listen to. Talking about your daily routine is a great way to use common verbs and time expressions. You can say, I usually wake up at 7 in the morning. Repeat. I have breakfast and check my messages. I go to work at 8:30. Try imagining you are telling this to a new friend. It will feel more natural. You can also add extra details. After work, I sometimes go to the gym and then I cook dinner at home. Repeat. The more details you add, the longer and smoother your sentences will become. Now, try asking about someone else's routine. What time do you usually wake up? Do you have breakfast every morning? What do you usually do after work? These questions are simple but help you start longer conversations. Talking about hobbies is another way to connect with people. You can say, in my free time, I like reading books, or I enjoy playing football with my friends. Repeat both. If you want to make it more interesting, you can add details. I enjoy playing football with my friends on Sunday mornings at the park. Try that slowly. Hobbies can lead to follow-up questions. If someone says, I like painting, you can say, that's interesting. What do you usually paint? Showing interest like this keeps the conversation flowing and makes the other person feel good. Let's try a back-and-forth role play. I say, Hi, what do you like to do in your free time? You answer. Then I say, That's nice. How long have you been doing that? You reply. Then you ask me the same question. Weather is a safe and common topic in many cultures. You can say, It's really sunny today, isn't it? Repeat. Or, It looks like it might rain later. Try that. You can also respond to weather comments. Yes, it's so warm today. Or, I think I'll take an umbrella just in case. Now let's practice 2 ways to respond. If I say, it's very cold this morning, you can say, yes, I had to wear my warm coat, or, I hope it gets warmer later. Changing your responses keeps your English flexible. To end this part, let's practice polite conversation endings. It was nice talking to you. Repeat. I hope we can talk again soon. Have a great day. These simple endings leave a positive impression and make people want to speak with you again. Good. You're doing wonderfully. In the next part, we'll keep practicing with more everyday situations and add even more natural conversation flow. Let's imagine you are shopping for clothes again. You walk into a store, and the shop assistant smiles and says, Hello, can I help you find something? You reply, Yes, I'm looking for a black jacket. Repeat slowly with me. Yes, I'm looking for a black jacket. Or if you just want to browse, you can say, No, thank you, I'm just looking. Practice both answers now. Each time you say them, picture yourself there, holding a hanger, looking at the clothes. This mental picture makes the practice stronger. When you find something you like, you can say, Can I try this on, please? Repeat. Can I try this on, please? If you're ready to pay, the cashier might ask, Will you be paying with cash or card? You can answer, I'll pay with card, please. Or, Cash, please. Say both now. If you need a bag, you can say, Could I have a bag, please? Remember to smile in your voice as you speak. Now let's practice booking something over the phone. You can say, Hello, I'd like to book a room for 2 nights, please. Repeat slowly. Then the receptionist might ask, What dates would you like to stay? You answer, From the 10th to the 12th of August. They could say, Would you like a single or double room? You reply with your choice. Then you confirm, Yes, that's perfect. Thank you. Speaking with a calm, steady tone will make you sound more confident in phone conversations. Making plans with friends is another important skill. You can say, "Would you like to have lunch together tomorrow?" Repeat. Or, "Do you want to meet at the cafe after work?" Try it. If you can't join, you can say, "I'm sorry, I can't make it this time, but maybe another day." Keep your voice friendly so it doesn't sound like you're rejecting them. Let's role play making plans. I ask, "Are you free this weekend?" You answer. Then I say, "Shall we go to the park on Saturday afternoon?" You reply. If you agree, you can say, "Yes, that sounds great." If you can't, you can say, "I'm busy on Saturday, but I'm free on Sunday." Both answers are polite and friendly. Small talk during travel is also common. On a train, you might ask, "Is this seat taken?" Repeat slowly. If they say no, you can reply, "Thanks." After a short while, you might say, "Are you traveling for work or for fun?" This simple question can lead to a longer conversation. When traveling, you might need to order food in a place you've never been. You can say, "Could I see the menu, please?" Repeat. Then, "I'd like the grilled fish with vegetables, please." And, "Could I have some water?" Speaking politely will make the experience smoother. Now let's practice reacting to situations. I say, "I just bought a new phone." You can reply, "That's nice. What kind is it?" I say, "The train is delayed." You say, "Oh no, do you know how long?" I say, "I passed my exam." You say, "Congratulations, you must be happy." These quick, friendly responses keep conversations alive. Sometimes you need to speak quickly and clearly to get help. If you need medical help, you can say, "I need a doctor, please." Repeat. Or, "Could you call an ambulance?" Try it now. At a pharmacy, you might say, "I'm looking for medicine for a headache." Repeat slowly. If you've lost something, you can say, "Excuse me, I think I lost my bag. Have you seen it?" Or, "I can't find my phone. Can you help me?" Both are short and easy to remember, which is important when you feel stressed. Sometimes you need to ask for directions when you are lost. "Excuse me, could you tell me how to get to the train station?" Repeat slowly. Or, "Is this the way to the airport?" When the person gives you directions, it's polite to say, "Thank you so much for your help." If someone speaks too fast, it's okay to ask them to slow down. You can say, "Could you please speak more slowly?" Repeat. Or, "I'm sorry, could you say that again?" These are polite and useful in many situations. Let's imagine you are at a restaurant and something is wrong with your order. You can say, "Excuse me, I ordered the chicken, but this is fish." Repeat slowly. Or, "I think there's a mistake with my order." Staying calm and polite will help the staff fix the problem quickly. Now, let's do a role play for unexpected situations. I say, "Your train has been canceled." You reply, "Oh no, what are my options?" I say, "This shop is closing in 5 minutes." You reply, "All right, I'll be quick. Thank you." Thinking of polite but quick answers is a great skill for real life. In a doctor's office, the doctor might say, "What seems to be the problem?" You can answer, "I have a sore throat and a headache." Then they might ask, "How long have you had these symptoms?" You can say, "For 2 days." Keeping your answers clear helps the doctor understand you better. At an airport, you might ask, "Excuse me, what time does the flight to London leave?" Repeat. Or, "Could you tell me where the boarding gate is?" These questions are short but essential for travel. Here's a quick practice game. I give you a situation, you respond naturally. The shop is out of bread. Your appointment is at 3 p.m., not 2 p.m. We're running late for the meeting. Respond quickly and calmly. This will help you handle everyday challenges without stress. Now let's practice a longer conversation. Imagine you meet a friend at a cafe. You say, "Hi, it's so good to see you again." They reply, "Yes, it's been a while. How have you been?" You say, "I've been doing well, just busy with work and studying English." They say, "That's great. How's work going?" You reply, "It's going fine, a little busy, but I'm learning a lot." They ask, "Have you been doing anything fun lately?" You say, "Yes, I went hiking last weekend. The weather was perfect." These natural back-and-forth exchanges make your English feel alive. Travel is also a great conversation topic. You can ask, "Have you ever been to Paris?" The other person might say, "Yes, I went there 2 years ago. It was beautiful." You can reply, "That's amazing. What did you do there?" They say, "I visited the Eiffel Tower, walked along the river, and ate delicious food." You can say, "That sounds wonderful. I hope I can visit someday." Asking about experiences helps you learn new vocabulary and connect with people. Let's talk about future plans. You can say, "What are you doing tomorrow?" The other person might say, "I'm going to visit my parents." You reply, "That's nice. How often do you see them?" They say, "Usually once a month." You can say, "I see. I'm planning to spend tomorrow at home, maybe reading a book." Sharing your own plans keeps the conversation balanced. Now let's practice polite offers. You can say, "Would you like some tea?" Repeat. Or, "Do you want sugar in it?" Polite offers make people feel welcome. If someone offers you something, you can accept with, "Yes, please, thank you," or decline with, "No, thank you." These longer dialogues give you the chance to listen, think, and respond in order. It's like a workout for your English brain. In the next part, we'll practice more free-flowing conversations and learn how to link ideas naturally. Let's move into free-flowing conversations where topics can change naturally. In real life, when you talk to someone, you might start with one subject and then slowly move to another. Practicing this will help you feel more confident and comfortable when speaking English. Imagine you are meeting a friend after work. You say, "Hi, how was your day?" They reply, "It was good, just a little busy." You can answer, "I know that feeling. I had a busy day too." Then you might add, "By the way, have you tried that new cafe near the station?" This small phrase, "by the way," helps you change the subject smoothly. Repeat the whole short conversation with me slowly. Feel the natural connection between each sentence. Linking words are important in English conversation. Words like "so," "actually," "you know," and "anyway" can make your sentences feel more natural. For example, "I went to the park yesterday, and actually it was more crowded than I expected." Or, "I was going to call you, but you know, I got caught up with work." Practice both sentences now, keeping your tone gentle and conversational. Now let's practice storytelling. Storytelling is a great way to make your English more engaging. You can start with something simple. "Last weekend, I went to the beach with my friends. The weather was sunny, the water was warm, and we played volleyball on the sand. It was so much fun." Repeat slowly. Notice how the details make the listener feel like they are there with you. If you want to tell a story about a small daily event, you can say, "This morning I saw a rainbow on my way to work," or I met an old friend while I was walking in the park. Even short stories like these give your listener something to react to, and they help you practice using past tense naturally. Let's try reacting to stories. If someone says, "I went hiking last weekend," you can reply, "That sounds amazing. Where did you go?" If they say, "I cooked dinner for my family," you can say, "Nice. What did you make?" These small reactions show interest and keep the conversation alive. When you give your opinion, try to be polite and positive. If someone asks, "What do you think of this movie?" you can say, "I really enjoyed it. The story was interesting." Or, "It was okay, but I think it could have been shorter." Even if you don't love something, you can still share your view respectfully. If you agree with someone, you can say, "I completely agree with you," or "I know exactly what you mean." If you disagree politely, you can say, "I see your point, but I have a different opinion." Or, "That's interesting, but I think—" Repeat these slowly with me and imagine yourself in a real conversation. Let's do a storytelling role play. I say, "Last month I took a short trip to the mountains." You ask me questions. Where did you go? What was the weather like? What did you do there? Now, you tell me a short story about something you did recently, and I will react with interest. So, practicing both sides will help you become a better speaker and listener. Adding emotion to your voice makes your stories stronger. If something was exciting, let your tone go a little higher. If it was relaxing, slow your voice down. If it was surprising, add a little pause before you share the detail. These small touches make your English sound more alive. Let's do a fluency challenge. I'll give you a topic, and you speak for 30 seconds without stopping. Topic: Your favorite place in your city. Describe what it looks like, what you do there, and why you like it. Don't worry about mistakes. Just keep speaking. This exercise trains your brain to think in English while talking. Sometimes you'll have conversations in formal situations like work or study. Let's imagine you are in a meeting. Someone says, "Could you give us an update on your project?" You can reply, "Yes, of course. The project is going well. We've finished the first stage and we'll start the second stage next week." Repeat slowly with me. Being clear and confident in formal English is important. If you don't understand something in a meeting, it's okay to ask, "I'm sorry, could you explain that again?" Or, "Could you give me an example?" These polite questions show you are paying attention and want to understand. Let's practice introductions in a work setting. You can say, "Hello everyone, my name is Sarah, and I'm responsible for marketing." Or, "Hi, I'm Alex, I work in the finance department." Repeat both slowly. Introductions like these help people remember who you are. In study situations, you might participate in group discussions. You can start with, "In my opinion, we should focus on the main problem first." Or, "I agree with you, but I think we also need to consider other options." Try both now. These expressions help you share your ideas politely. Let's role-play a study group. I say, "What do you think about this topic?" You answer. Then I say, "That's interesting. Could you explain more?" You reply. Practicing both giving and receiving questions is a good habit for group work. If you need to give feedback, try to be supportive. You can say, "I really liked your idea about improving the design." Or, "One suggestion I have is to add more examples." Positive feedback first makes people more open to suggestions. Sometimes in meetings or discussions, you need to interrupt politely. You can say, "Sorry to interrupt, but may I add something?" Or, "Excuse me, could I just say one thing?" These phrases let you join in without sounding rude. Now let's practice a work phone conversation. You can say, "Hello, this is Sarah from Talk English Now. Could I speak to Mr. Smith, please?" The receptionist might reply, "I'm sorry, he's in a meeting. Would you like to leave a message?" You can say, "Yes, please. Could you tell him I'll call back at 3?" Clear and polite communication is especially important over the phone. Repeat these formal sentences with me. "Could you send me the report by Friday, please?" Thank you for your time today. I look forward to hearing from you. Speaking these sentences with a steady, confident voice will make you sound professional. Let's come back to friendly conversations. You might start with a simple greeting, then share a personal detail, then ask a question. For example, "Hi, how are you today?" "I'm good, just a little tired. I stayed up late watching a movie last night." "Oh, really? Ellie? What movie was it?" "It was a comedy called The Big Smile. It was so funny." That sounds great. I love comedies. This natural flow is what we want to aim for. Mixing short and long answers keeps your conversation balanced. Short answers help keep the pace. Longer ones add depth. Let's practice both styles. I'll ask you, "What's your favorite food?" Short answer, "I like pizza." Longer answer, "I like pizza because I enjoy the crispy crust and the rich cheese flavor." Repeat both. Here's another. "What did you do yesterday?" Short answer, "I studied English." Longer answer, "I studied English for an hour, then I went to the park for a walk." Switching between short and long responses will make your speech more flexible. Before we close this part, let's do a spontaneous reaction practice. I say, "It's snowing outside in the middle of summer." You react. I say, "I just won free tickets to a concert." You react. I say, "My phone stopped working this morning." You react. Thinking on your feet like this will prepare you for real conversations anywhere. Now, let's bring everything together into one natural flow. A good conversation can include greetings, small talk, questions, answers, short reactions, longer stories, and polite endings. When you put these skills together, you can handle almost any situation in English with confidence. Let's imagine a full conversation from start to finish. You meet someone new. You smile and say, "Hi, my name is Sarah. Nice to meet you." They reply, "Nice to meet you too." You ask, "How's your day going?" They answer, "It's going well, thank you." You respond, "That's good to hear. I've just been running a few errands today." They say, "Oh, really? What kind of errands?" You answer, "Just some shopping and picking up a package from the post office." Then you add, "By the way, have you heard about the new cafe that opened on Main Street?" They say, "Yes, I've been there once. It's nice." You reply, "I'd like to try it this weekend. Maybe we can go together sometime." They smile and say, "Sure, that sounds great." You finish with, "Perfect, I'll message you later. It was nice talking to you. Have a great day." See how smoothly the conversation moved from introduction to small talk to making plans and finally to a polite goodbye. That is what we've been building towards through all of this practice. Now let's try a different example. Imagine you are at a bus stop. You say, "Excuse me, do you know what time the next bus arrives?" The other person says, Yes, it should be here in about 10 minutes. You say, thank you very much. Is it going to the city center? They reply, yes, it stops right in front of the main square. You respond, great, that's exactly where I'm going. A short and friendly exchange like this not only gets you the information you need, but also helps you build speaking confidence in public settings. One of the keys to fluent conversation is comfort with silence. You don't have to fill every pause with words. A gentle pause after a sentence gives the listener time to process, and it gives you a moment to prepare your next thought. This is especially helpful in English, where natural conversation often has soft pauses. Let's do a calm back and forth practice. I will say something, and you answer in a full sentence. I'm learning to cook Italian food. I'm going to visit my grandparents this weekend. I just started a new job. Each time, try to give an answer that shows interest and continues the conversation. Now let's focus on pronunciation and rhythm. Listen to how I say this sentence. Could you please help me with this? There's a gentle rise in my voice on please and a soft drop at the end. Repeat slowly, following the rhythm. Another one. I really enjoyed our conversation. Notice the natural stress on really and conversation. Stressing the right words helps your English sound more natural. We can also practice speaking in a calm, steady tone. Try saying, I can speak English confidently. Then, I enjoy practicing every day. These kinds of affirmations remind you that you are improving with every sentence you say. Let's try switching between short and long answers again, but this time with a focus on flow. I ask, what's your favorite season? Short answer, I like spring. Longer answer, I like spring because the weather is warm, the flowers start to bloom, and it feels fresh and new. Do both slowly, feeling how the longer answer tells a fuller story. Sometimes in conversation, you will use follow-up questions to keep things going. For example, if someone says, I went to the beach yesterday, you can say, that's nice. Which beach did you go to? And then, was the water warm? This not only shows interest, but also gives them more chances to share, making the conversation longer and more enjoyable. Let's role-play making plans for the weekend. I say, do you have any plans for Saturday? You answer. I say, would you like to go for a walk in the park? You respond. If you agree, say, yes, that sounds like a good idea. If you can't, say, I'm busy on Saturday, but maybe Sunday would work. Keeping your tone friendly makes both answers sound positive. Now, imagine you are on holiday in another country. You might ask, excuse me, could you recommend a good restaurant nearby? Repeat slowly. Or, is there a bus that goes to the museum? When the person gives you the answer, you can reply, thank you, I really appreciate your help. This is polite and leaves a good impression. Here's a quick challenge. I'll give you a situation, and you give me 2 different ways to respond. Situation. It's raining again today. First response, yes, I had to bring my umbrella. Second response, I know, I hope it stops soon. This kind of flexible thinking will help you in real conversations. We'll finish today's practice with a full shadowing session. I'll say a series of useful daily sentences, and you repeat them with me. Good morning. How are you today? Could I have a cup of tea, please? That's a great idea. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you have a nice day. It was nice talking to you. See you soon. Shadowing like this every day will build your confidence and fluency over time. Remember, learning English is not about speaking perfectly every time. It's about speaking a little more easily every day. Every conversation you have, every sentence you practice is a step forward. The more you practice, the more natural it will feel. I'm proud of the progress you've made. You've practiced greetings, small talk, asking and answering questions, giving and receiving help, making plans, telling stories, and reacting to what others say. These are the real tools of conversation. Keep using them, and they will become part of your natural speech. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Keep going, keep speaking, and remember, you can do this. Every word you say in English makes you stronger. Every sentence brings you closer to fluency. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell icon so you don't miss future lessons. I'll see you in the next practice session. Until then, take care and keep practicing.